Hello, welcome back to the Artsystems Pro Training Video Collection. In this video, we will explore the Contact Record Statistics tab, focusing on how the links are created and then using those links to navigate the database. You can pause, stop, replay the video at your leisure. So let's begin. We begin with the database open on my screen in the Contacts module, viewing the contact record of Mr. Smith. On the top center of this record there are three buttons: Contact, Notes, and Statistics. The details of the contact are entered in the Contact section of this record. When I click on the Notes button, we have a nice tablet, which is a text field. On this screen, you would enter any ideas, comments, appointments, or any information you need to store. The Notes tablet is a search engine capable field, so if you don't remember where you jotted down a reference, you can use the database search engine to locate that information. Finally, we come to the Statistics button, which is the gateway to the contact transaction information, displaying the links to the inventory activity associated with this contact. First, let's review the available selections and then explore the information and how it became listed here. Our first option is the work history, where all the primary transactions associated with this contact are listed, such as invoices, offers, consignments, exhibitions, loans, and credit memos. Notice the listings are in blue. Throughout the database, the links are this blue color. Clicking on the links here will display either the transaction or the work record. Moving across to the Work Movement option, where the shipments and returns are listed. Viewing this option, we see the shipment transaction number and the ship date, the works listed on the shipment, with the work details, the retail and selling price. Next is Payments Received. Here we see all payments this contact has made linked to the open invoices. We see the date of receipt, the receipt transaction number, the invoice number, payment made, and balance due. As additional payments are entered in the Transactions module and applied to the invoices, the payment receipt will automatically list here with the amount paid and balance due. When there is no balance due, it will display a zero balance. There is also a field for transaction notes, which is filled out on the transaction, not in the Contact Statistics screen. Remember, the user is not able to enter information in any of the statistics screens. The Outstanding Works option displays a list of sold inventory associated with the contact that payment is due. Scrolling across the record, you will see the option display the gallery debt to the contact, the work details, sales date, price, net value due, the payments the gallery has made with the balance due. This field is very powerful for the fact that at a glance you can see what the gallery owes and what has been paid to this particular contact without the need for the time-consuming calculations and report processing traditionally used. Once the full payment is made to the contact, the listing is automatically removed from the Outstanding Works section and the payment is listed on the Payments Made section. The Payments Made section can be considered a snapshot of the Contact Accounts Payable report. The payments your institution makes to consignors, artists, and co-owners are displayed. This is a permanent record. The link will not be removed once payment in full has been made. The fields displayed are inventory number, artist, title of the work, media, and dimensions. The financials displayed are the retail and sales price of the work, sales date, the net to consignor, payments made, and balance due. The transaction notes are also linked to the payment transaction. The financial summary for this contact is displayed in the lower section of this window, revealing the total receivable and payable balances and the total net due. The last option in statistics is the Contact Collection, listing the works purchased by the contact with the work details. The small column on the right titled X Collection is quite unique as the functionality is driven by the provenance of the work. If a contact purchases a work, then returns it or later in time consigns it back to the gallery and is then added to the provenance of the work, the X collection checkbox is automatically checked, signifying that the work is no longer part of this contact's collection. Let's begin back to the work history option and see how the links are produced and how to use them to enhance your data file navigation. These links are generated from the Transactions module at the time the transaction was created. Whether an invoice or any other type of transaction, the program will automatically create the link and list it on the contact record. The user, you and I, do not need to, or for that fact are unable to enter any information into the Statistics tab. It's all done for us. Now, you may ask, how do we use these links? Double-clicking on the link will produce a question mark, as you see here. Clicking on the question mark will open the Transactions module and display that particular transaction on your screen. There is no need to search through Spreadsheet View or process a report to view the actual transaction record. As an example, I'll click on invoice IN 0015 and the question mark appears. Clicking on the question mark and invoice 0015 opens on my screen. This is the actual invoice transaction from which the links on the contact record were generated. Clicking on the associated links to locate and view information is the most expeditious way to navigate the data file. On this invoice are the links to the sold work records, and in the sold to and shipped to fields, the links back to the contact record. Closing the invoice and back on the contact record, I'll demonstrate another example of the linking process. I'll click on the link of the consignment and a question mark will appear. I'll click on the question mark and the consignment transaction will appear. As we have seen before, on the consignment transaction, there's the link back to the work record, and in the consigned to and shipped to fields, there are links back to the contact record. I'll demonstrate one more time, opening up the work movement option, and click on the link for the return 0017. Then I'll click on the question mark and the return 0017 transaction will open up on our screen. On this return, we see the link back to the work record and the links back to the contact record in the returned from and shipped to fields. There is also the link back to the original consignment transaction CO0013 displayed on the upper right side of this form. When you convert an original transaction into another type of transaction, such as a consignment into a return, the program displays a link on the converted form that links back to the original transaction. Double-clicking on this type of link will open up the original consignment transaction. So now you can see how it is possible to navigate from the contact statistics record to the contact transactions, then onto the converted transactions, and then back to the contact record. I'll close this consignment record and get back onto Paul Smith's contact record. Back on the Contact Statistics tab, I'd like to bring your attention to the lower section of this record. Here I will review the balance and net term fields. Under balances, the receivable field displays the total amount of payment due from this contact to your gallery. The payable field is the gallery obligation of payment due to this contact, and the net field displays the difference between the two fields. Under the Net Terms section is the net percent field. This value reflects the percent owed the consignor from the proceeds of their sold consigned artwork. The percentage entered here will auto-populate the inventory work records consigned from this contact and will be displayed on the Financials tab. The Base Net on Sales Price checkbox enables the program to calculate the net percent to the consignor on the discounted sales price rather than the retail price of the artwork. Become familiar with the Contact Statistics tab, as it will be a time saver for you to navigate the database. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. This is Michelle, signing off for now. Thank you for visiting our Artsystems video collection. For more tutorials, please visit our website www.artsystems.com.